is a live opening. Let me close it down. And down for better sound quality. Let's get my note open over here on my iPad. Take some notes today so I can work on getting some other projects up and running. There you go. There you go. Been working on bushcraft and stuff with y'all, and it's weird people are actually watching. I don't understand. Uh, but with the California wildfires, there's actually been some cool things popping up. Some UAPs caught on video. People talking about Gateway, MK Ultra, mind control. I'm way into conspiracy land, and I like conspiracy land. So, well, I need to start doing that too. So, I like conspiracy land. And on today's episode of Conspiracy Land, the CIA, UAPs, and what the Internet Archive has to say about vacuum energy point cause molecule content consistencies. There's actual math to how to do this. I am nowhere near smart enough to understand this math, but that is amazing. Let's jump to the CIA reading room. So, if I do that, doesn't do anything. Window capture. There you go. That is very much better. I'll go ahead. That one's turned off. Now y'all should be able to see a lot better. So this is the electronics system perturbation techniques. It is amazing how smart people were back in the day, and we don't understand what the hell's going on here. So, executive summary. That probably sounded fun. 1 or 2 phase program initiated conflict objective. This goes into the flight, whatever. I can't remember that Malaysian flight. So they're in the released or I don't know how they got it, but I watched it on Austin Forbes thing, and you can see the plane, you can see 3 orbs, you can see them start rotating, and then once they boom, disappears, gone. How? Man, I have no idea. But I guarantee you the CIA does, because they know everything. They're involved in everything. That's my cell phone. It's probably my wife. Children. Children, children, children. I love my children to death. 1970 was her first. There have been 47 other papers, 248 published in literature of parapsychology. Body of literature, 70 to 80. 214 individual experiments. Claims 74 of 214 claims statistically significant results. Chance likelihood of outcome 2 out of 10, 41. Impressive statistics. All right, so there we go. Each 0-point crossing of the filtered signal at a 2-2 pulse generated giving a random. If you don't make it random, you should be able to control it. divided by 2 circuit charge, change sites, and that's the TTL pulse. Texas Instruments planar silicon noise diode. Okay. 4 parameters, PO, threshold fraction. Oh, I wish I was smarter. I am smart. I know I'm smart. Let's see. What is this? Current state about a blast wave theory and computations, volume 2. No. We do the study Quran. Everybody needs to understand what's going on within their own selves, within your own brain. Ooh, these are always fun. Mathematics. This is the holistic half brain. That's what this is supposed to be. But look at this. This thing is so cool. Electronic digital stopwatch. $50. Authors wanted, New York publisher, book publishing. Everybody's always looking for those. Patterns in Human Geography and Introduction to Numerical Methods. $12. Plant Cell Biology. Stress Transistors. $8.95. Periodicals, propagation, interaction, process generated impacts. That is cool, man. This is how you used to be able to get stuff. Letters. Brand X laser fusion on page 212. We have 212. Soviet electron beam fusion on 212. Okay. So term chronophobia describes the affliction among management-oriented personnel, government, private industry, whatever. Turn the page. Sharing flies with membrane leaks. Hidden energy in silent quakes. Well, there have been a bunch of quakes off the coast. Ooh, look at that. Iodine laser or right laser. The proposed budget is just over $100 million for next year, and a small army of engineers talking about milestones and systems. Electron beam fusion. Somebody's claiming advance in Washington Metro. Witchcraft in Salem, a fungus in the rye. And instead of faring better in Congress, quote of the week. All right, so this is 2001. This was approved for release. Charles Moser, the retiring ranking minority member of the House Senate Technology Committee, rose to applied media reports about silly research. What are they talking about? Moser spoke and dived into his own news profession. Condemned some people. Whatever. And cool. So they came out and said that the witchcraft stuff in Salem, Massachusetts was ergot. Cool. Finding fish flailer glow. Fighting fires with FLIR. That's thermal imaging. I carry one of those every day. Help for night blindness. Price $10,000. Night vision goggles are too expensive to help those 200,000 people. State of burgeoning art. Space science. The Titanic tail of Jupiter. Okay. 5 new satellites in orbit. I think Musk in 24 put it like 1,000. Another origin for the moon. Okay. I definitely like that one. Has to be abnormal or specific Angular momentum of the Earth Moon system compared with other planets. There's also like a bunch of cultures that say the moon was placed there, was put in the head, in the heavens. The other hemisphere. The right hemisphere of the brain has special qualities. Right brain, left brain debate. Are you right brained? Are you left brained? Are you mathematical? And are you an engineer or are you an artist? They used to say if you were right handed, you were left brained. And it's like, there's no way. Off the beat, don't let the toxic chemicals go to your head. Get off the smog, get off the booze, get off the DDT. The hell? 50,000 pesticides, 36,000 pesticides, 7,000 food additives. Wow. They're putting stuff in cigarettes. Shouldn't put stuff in cigarettes. Let cigarettes be cigarettes. Games Math Bus Play, the Mathtainer. Buying your house, a complete guide to inspections and evaluation. That's cool. That's an real estate thing. Math bug you. Only when you put letters and numbers. Executive health report is not sold on newsstands, only by private subscription at $18 a year. Your choice, the 3 reports listed below. Okay. Ooh. Thing science, crystal growth, life cycle of a can, chemical models, liquid chromatography, things of science, color, man-made fibers, mirrors, copper basin geology. That's cool. The acoustic Casimir effect. Hey, this is a doctoral thesis from the Navy School. All right. Master's thesis. Postgrad 1948. Andrew Brooks Casimir predicted that two closely spaced, uncharged conducting plates in a vacuum would be mutually attractive. This attractive force is an inherent manifestation of the quantum electromagnetic zero-point field. When the direct manifestation of the zero-point field are interpreted due to radiation pressure, acoustic noise can provide an excellent analog to investigate the Casimir effect, as well as the other effects due to CPF. Force measurements between two parallel plates are performed in an acoustic chamber with a broadband noise spectrum within a 5 to 15 kilohertz band and an intensity of 133 decibels. I think that's kilopascals? 20 kilopascals? I don't know. When the results are compared with the appropriate theory, very good agreement is obtained. Applications of the acoustic Casimir effect to noise transduction can provide new means to measure background noise because attractive or repulsive forces can be obtained by reducing the noise spectrum of or the plate geometry. A non-resonant method of acoustic replication is also suggested. All right. That is a paragraph. That's a hell of a paragraph, dude. That's a paragraph and a half. Actually, that's a whole book. That's several books. My brain just went sideways. So, in a maximum of 200 words, they just said when you can create a quantum electromagnetic 0 point field by using a vacuum. And if you do it within certain band frequency ranges and 133 decibels. Who was that other guy? Rife. Royal Raymond Rife. Whatever the hell his name is. Awesome dude. Cured lots of people's everything. His number was 131. 131 megahertz. Was his number. This isn't getting anywhere near that. This is 5 to 15 kilohertz. You can barely hear this. Approved public release. Unlimited acoustic Casimir effect by Lieutenant Navy B.S. Cornell in 1988. Submitted for partial degree in requirement. Master of Science in Applied Physics. 1997. So we just read that, and he talks about the other secondary result is acoustic levitation. Secondary result of 0 point energy is levitation. Between 5 and 15 kilohertz at 133 decibels. So, I love sound. So, we need 133 decibels between 5 and 15 kilohertz. Broadband noise spectrum. Oh, yeah. Analytical balance for the duration of the experiment. Unique capabilities. Advisors. Just thanking everybody. In 1948, the Dutch physicist Hendrik Bogaert Gernard Casimir. I'm sorry, I just pronounced that all kind of messed up. Made the quantum electromagnetic prediction. Too closely unchanged space, being mutually attracted. Casimir, 1948. Due to the presence of the plates, the model structure in a quantum electromagnetic 0 point field, hereby referred to as ZPF, changes relative to free space. The difference in the vacuum electromagnetic energy for infinite plate separation and a finite plate separation is the interaction energy between the plates, from which the force is calculated. Okay, so this is real, and it's got a really it's not even too hard. I need to move me. Yeah, I think maybe I'll still be a little bit, but you'll hear me reading it. So right now we're working at the Casimir effect on the Internet Archive. If the plates are distant apart, D, the force per unit area is proportional to whatever the hell that is. While the result can be proven rigorously, it can be easily shown by dimensional analysis. It's the only possible combination in which a H and C can be untied. They can be united to yield a force per unit area. The constant of proportionality is a pure number. Yields a certain value. Force is small. It is larger than the gravitational force for separation distances. Alright. Physically, electromagnetic spark would induce local dipoles in both plates, and because the spatial correlations of the fluctuations. Huh. So they both proved it again. So starts out in 48, he lifts shits, does it in 56, and then Schwinger, and does it again at Al this again in 78. So the attraction between the plates is understood superficial in terms of radiation pressure. Isotropic field spectrum in place between two plates. So outward pressure and inward pressure is infinite. This is thick, but this is why it's a master's thesis. I like crawling in crawl spaces. Not understanding what the hell this is, but I really wish I did understand more of what sonoluminescence. I know that means sono sound, luminescence is lights up. So sound makes this light up. Yeah, the collapsing bubbles. They every when a bubble collapses in a vacuum, it creates light. I would have to sit here and literally read this out loud and still take notes. Still being confused. So there's so much that's already been kind of proven. Add biologically moved walls toward each other. Models compromise 0 point field. There's an infinite number of ground state modes. The main effect of moving it is to change that ground state mode. The acoustic Casimir effect of the adiabatics theorem does not apply. Why not? Because of inherent losses in the system and because the spectrum can be made arbitrarily or arbitrary, while the external drivers provide steady state noise spectrum from which we can infer the energy. The value changes in a cavity. Resonant cavity configuration is very small. How about we blow it up? Make it big. What happens then? Now he's getting into a lot of the math and less of the actual theorem. The longer your distance, the less your force. Your best force is there, so at 40 millimeters, and a force of milligrams. Hmm. Lower frequencies decrease. That's a cool thing. That's the apparatus. Acoustic Casimir effect experiment. Hmm. So we've got the acoustic chamber, the optical bench with step motor and analytical balance, nearly homogeneous isotropic sound field. So that is extremely. You can hold 1 hertz. You want to play 334? Play 234. Then you can play 712. Mm. So this acoustic chamber has two 20 to 5 to 20 kilohertz to 10 to 20, and then two more 10 to 20 kilohertz. That's a little balance. Microphone there and there. So clamp it together, put the waves on, a step motor, 6 JBL 2445J compression drivers, acoustic noise intensity, voltage sources, general radio company, random noise generator. Pass through 3 bandpass pictures was followed dual channel amplifiers, 1 filters, 115. Set the band of 5 to 15. The other two are 48 decibel octave driver bandpass co-hit nights. Set with a band of 10 to 15 kilohertz. Separate bandpass filters allow the flexibility in manipulating the spectral shape of the noise. Okay. Step motor displacement. One to 255 steps. In direction up and down. Control through microcontrollers. Machine through thread. 20 threads in each. Cool. So that's just how they're able to keep the plates in line. On the ground. One point 1 Newton meter at 120 decibels, which corresponds to a weight of 10.2 milligrams. High resolution, telco, those range analytical balance, and fully automatic self calibration. Hey, I used to be 901, and a couple other ones. Experimental results and conclusions. That's gonna be a long. The method, the picture, that's cool. How they did that. The measurements. Got a strong bandpass, highest force frequency. Cool. we have just kept going up. Measurements acoustic analog effect 97. So let's go over the conclusions and I'll end out this stream. Casimir predicted, yes, vacuum, right shape, but not 100%. Lemro in 97 was the first to measure the Casimir force, the vacuum stress between two closely spaced conducting surfaces. Due to modification, electromagnetic field in 0.6 to 6. Currently here at the Naval Postgraduate School, the acoustic Casimir effect was conclusively demonstrated with the advantage to further experimentation. The successful experiment was opened up the field of Casimir acoustics as a viable means to investigate and probe by analogy effects due to the 0-point field. It has taken half a century, but the Casimir's theory is a full reality. So, I have a note down here. We can also note that the acoustic Casimir effect can be a potential tool in noise transduction. Current methods of determining background noise utilize time average microphone and hydrophone measurements. The acoustic Casimir effect suggests a method of determining the background noise through direct measurement of the force between two plates, or any other cavity. The shape of the force over distance is an instantaneous time average over all frequencies and may provide an alternative to measurement of background noise. So if we have background radiation noise around these orbs, and that's all we're seeing, they could be in between. Experimental evidence of attraction and repulsive forces with a finite acoustic bandwidth suggests also new means of acoustic levitation. Oh. Military's had this for how long now? I mean, this dude wrote this in 88. The force between the objects can be manipulated by changing the difference of the objects and or varying the spectrum. So you get enough sound in you get a little bit of sound in a vacuum, you levitate. Cool. The force between objects manipulated, or while the Casimir effect is small compared to the force of the Earth's gravity in a low gravity environment, like the International Space Station, method of material control through the manipulation of acoustic spectrum or plate geometry may be possible. Mic drop. In space, because of the vacuum, you can create energy. Yay. We just have to worry about the background radiation. And that's it. They copied this out of the library. That's awesome. Thank you very much today to the Internet Archive. Ended up going down a weird rabbit hole with the Casimir effect, and it's proof. So now we know we have the 0-point energy field through the Casimir effect, and it's been proven by the Navy for using a vacuum. So if you have a little ship that you can create a vacuum around with a generator, a vacuum generator around the ship, yes, I know it sounds like science fiction, but whatever. Get over it. Conspiracy theorists are conspiracy theorists until the theory's proven right. Or until they die. Either way. But now that we know the Casimir effect's going, the next thing will be just doing this again, probably a little bit later. It's still early. It's only 3 in the afternoon. I worked a little bit this morning, helped out my guys. Yeah, got a couple little things to do and be chilling out with the family.